What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Marvel Legends Infinite series Build-A-Figure of the Allfather. Now, something interesting to note that wasn't on any of the other boxes is, one, it says Marvel Avengers on his, and let me just get another box really fast. See, it just says Marvel right here, as well as Avengers Initiative here, and on the side, and nothing on this one, so that's an interesting thing to note on this. It says it. So that's pretty cool in my opinion, as well as the Avengers logo at the top. On the side we have a nice picture of Hawkeye. On the back we have a small read-up. It says Marvel's Hawkeye, Master Archer, Hawkeye takes down evil from afar. And then it just gives it in other languages. We see Hawkeye here. Other figures in the Allfather wave include Iron Fist, Machine Man, Sentry, Hawkeye, Thor, Captain Marvel, and Scarlet Witch. Together they do make the Allfather Odin. And of course King Thor if you so wish. Nice figures. What I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him opened up, and we'll go on to the rest of his review. So sit tight, everybody. And here we have Hawkeye posed and out of the packaging. Now, before we get on to Hawkeye, well, let's take a look at what we've been taking a look at in the past with all the other Odin figures. The Allfather Build-A-Figure pieces. Odin is going to be quite a massive figure. I'm picturing him like right about there, too. Hawkeye. This is the torso and probably the first piece you should pick up if you're trying to make the Allfather. Let's actually peg on the leg that we have really fast. Here is the leg that Iron Fist came with. And we're just going to peg that into place. Nope, it's not in place. I'll do it later off camera. But here we have the pieces that will make Odin eventually. So let's get a good 360 of Hawkeye. Where do I start with this figure? It's a love-hate relationship I have with him. And I'll explain why it's a love-hate relationship with him. I think I'll go on to the things I don't like. I think I'll give one positive thing, one negative thing, and then we'll just go on from there. Negative thing is he does not come with any arrows. That's kind of important for an archer to come with arrows. I mean, you can argue that he has arrows in his quiver, but he has none that he can hold. So that kind of bites that he doesn't come with arrows. I do like the detail they put in his little guard right here, and let me actually show that off really fast, if you guys don't mind me showing some of his detail. Really loving that design on it, as well as it is attached to him, so that's a good thing. And then speaking of this design right here, something I don't like, this arm. If you're wondering why this arm looks familiar, that is because this is the Winter Soldier arm from the Captain America Infinite series. The Mandroid series. All the way from the bicep to the glove, and it has that same problem where the hand is really rubbery, and he can't really hold the bow in this hand. A positive thing that I like about this figure is that he does not suffer the same quality control I've had with this mold. He does use the Bucky Captain America mold, but his legs are solid. He has no problem standing. Nothing is loose on him except for the neck, which is one problem I've had with every figure with this mold. Good thing is, the paint for the most part is nicely done. The arrows are a separate piece and those come right off. They just peg right into his back. I love and hate this bow because it's really nicely designed, but it has a plastic string, and I really wish that they would actually put string on here rather than having it plastic, but I guess they do it to save costs. But that's everything it comes with. And like I said, he's a really nice figure. I'm just disappointed in some aspects of him. Also, if you don't notice, his arm was warped out of packaging. Kind of like goes off at like this lizard thing. I saw that on the TV once. Really painful. But going on to Hawkeye himself, let's actually zoom in on the face. That's a really nice face sculpt, and like I said, I dig this design. I just wish it sat a little more flush to his body. But nothing a little elbow grease can't fix, and if worst comes to worst, I'll just glue it on him. It does peg on to the side right here. I don't even know how you would get it up and over his arms, but oh well. It is nicely painted, I'll give it that. The paint is really nice on him overall, although there's not much to say about his costume. It is kind of plain. And I believe this is the Dark Avengers Hawkeye, because he has like well, it should be this design going on his arm, but they kind of like cheaped out and just went with the Winter Soldier arm. Although, realistically, they should have just gone with this arm and just painted it this color. Really, you did it with Machine Man. Why didn't you do it with Hawkeye? But anyway, going on to Hawkeye's articulation, he has a bulge in his head. He can look up, down, left and right. Has a hinge in the neck. Excuse me, I had to cough. But a hinge in the neck. Arms on a bulge and go out. Do a full 360 on ratcheting joints. He spins at the bicep. He is double jointed in the elbow, so you can get a lot of nice dynamic arrow shooting poses with him. He has a hinge in the wrist and spins as well. He has an ab crunch, which is hindered by his, I don't know what this is, I'm just going to say it's armor, but it hinders his ab articulation. He does have it, but this is like a really thick plastic, so you're not going to get much out of it. He does have a waist swivel, which same problem with Sentry. If you move it around too much, it's going to pop the belt off. Let's go forward and back out. He spins at the thigh. He is double jointed at the knee. He spins at the boot. Has a hinged ankle as well as a pivot. So once again, you can get him in a lot of nice dynamic poses. So what I'm going to do now is get him posed up and move on to my final thoughts. Then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Hawkeye posed for my final thoughts, and overall, I do like this figure. I'm just disappointed that they cheaped out and went with this arm. And if you really look at the figure, you can tell that the Winter Soldier arm is smaller than this arm. Insert jokes here about this arm being bigger than this one. Overall, like I said, there are some things I wish that they had done with this figure, and it would have made this figure a whole lot better if they had just textured an arm that matches this detail and given us some arrows that he can fire. I mean, he looks cool holding the bow like this, but it would have been nice if he had some arrows to shoot, or at least to hold. Another thing that probably would have made this figure more epic is if he had a butterfly joint. You never realize how important a butterfly joint is until you try posing him shooting an arrow. But overall, like I said, great figure. He is a necessary part if you want to build Odin. He comes with a main torso. If you can find Hawkeye, I say pick him up. He's well worth the price that you pay for him. I picked mine up at Kmart for $19.99 plus tax. That's what you're going to pay for him. So happy hunting, guys. And this is King of Dragons 5000 saying, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.